Welcome back to the channel. It's been about a week since I've uploaded, yeah? Trying to be consistent and all. It's easier said than done sometimes when you're holding a full-time job. Right, where do I begin? Where do I begin? Me and thee, we need to have a chat. I've got some big decisions coming my way. Big decisions that are not necessarily good. Big decisions that are probably going to be very tough for us to make. No, we are not selling cars, but I have some big decisions to make. Where am I at? I need to be open. I need to be an open book, okay? 2020 has been a shit year. There's no doubt about it. It's been a shit year. Now, owning more than one 90s Jap car, it's not cheap. Forget about the big house. Forget about the fact that I own more than one 90s Jap car, that Annabelle owns a 90s Jap car. I'm just an average dude, okay? I have nothing special. I have a normal job. And 2020 hasn't been kind to me. I need to be honest, okay? I had to borrow some ramps because that car didn't give me any jip. That car didn't give me any jip. The imposter did. The imposter to the fleet gave me some jip. Maybe my fault, I don't know. Right, so I'll tell you what happened with that car. The recent video with the S14 with Chris. Good video, good day out, barrel of laughs. The day before, where am I going with the camera? Like it's, oh wait dude. The day before we did that drive, I decided that I wanted to treat the car. I want to look after it. I know it's, all my cars are Jap. And yeah, I want to look after the car. I do want to look after it because it serves me well. I rely on it every single day. So I thought, yeah, we're going to give it an oil change. It hasn't had an oil change this year. So, well, it has, but it needs another one. And I've done a lot of miles. It recently got MOT'd. That cost me a small fortune for the fact that it's a daily driver. Snap springs, rear knackered, coiler. In any case, it had a recent MOT, and that wasn't as cheap as I wanted it to be. But we had it MOT. I got underneath the car and realised that this pipe was off for the intercooler. It wasn't completely off, but it was off enough for me to be concerned. Did the good thing, clipped it back in, and I thought all was fine. Now, since then, boosting is not right, and since then it is chewing through the diesel. It's not an economical car at the moment, and quite annoying to drive. I think I've tried twice now to try and rectify this problem with this pipe. Now, that will be an upcoming video, and it was going to be the next video, but I've just been featured on Nelkel JDM, and that's all about JDM, and I didn't want my next upload to be German. But it is my daily, it is a car, and I am going to try and fix it myself. So that will be an upcoming video. Hence for the ramps that are here, that I borrowed off Dan. Because I was lazy and I couldn't be bothered with putting it up on the jack every flipping 5 minutes. On to the next car. The Skyline is running brilliant, okay? Apart from a turbo being rebuilt in the very start of my ownership of this car, that car has honestly been brilliant, okay? I can't fault it. It's given me no jip, touch wood, okay? Despite my confidence being shattered by the previous Skyline, okay? Not the previous Skyline, the first Skyline. However, it is 25 years old and it is coming up for an MOT, and it is going to cost me quite a lot of money. If you've watched my videos on a regular basis, you would have known that I paid attention to the rear quarter of that car, where I noticed a wet patch, and it was coming from a coilover. Now I've had this car checked over for MOT purposes. MOT is not due until January, okay? I've got loads of months. But the MOT on this one's not going to be cheap. Coilovers are needed. Brake pipes all round. Yes, I'm going to be honest with this, okay? I have to be honest. It needs a bit of welding done. It's an old car. It's not as mint as I was hoping it would be, but I have to be honest. It's going to need some sort of work on it. Welding was, as if you know your cars and you know your old cars, you know that that's not going to be cheap. That combined, it's not a cheap MOT. So I'm stressed, you know, because I've got a lot of work to be done on that car. A lot of, you know, the shit that car and now this car to have to contend with the shit that we've had with the GTO. Where does it? I get that I'm rubbing on a bit as well, but I'm my own worst enemy because I've got more than one. And the camera died. Well, it didn't die, it overheated. Sony, well done. Still I'm having a heart to heart. I went and got changed while I waited for the camera to cool down. Anyway, been changed because I've been working on the GTO. As I was saying, I need to update you on GFJ. We've been through the troublemakers scenario. GFJ, which is the other Skyline. If you're new to the channel, thank you very much for joining. And yeah, this is the fleet. GFJ is another R33 Skyline in blue. That's why I call them different names, because it's easy confused.
The door, always looking round for more. Didn't know it had everything I needed. Try to give me all the clues, hoping I would see the truth. Didn't know it, didn't know till we parted. Couldn't see the signs until you had enough. Say goodbye. Wish I could go back to where we started. Wish that I could find a way to say sorry that I let you go. Sorry that I got so cold. Wish I could go back to what we were. Know that I was stupid, I was but a fool then. Know that I was stupid, blew it, loosened what we were. Started out the perfect way, stayed in bed for rainy days. Didn't know it had everything I needed. And when I think of all the times that got it wrong and let you down, didn't know it, but what we had was perfect. Couldn't see the signs until you had enough and said goodbye.
Yeah, that car's just, it's kind of at the end of a rebuild. Nothing fancy. When I say nothing fancy, I haven't gone mental with it, fully forged, all that kind of crap. It's just a standard engine being rebuilt with all my bolt-ons still on it. Now, that car is, like I say, nearing the end. The dilemma that we're having in the latest update on that car is that it's been running, the engine has run, and it was running on the old ECU. Now, I've updated the ECU from the Apexi FC to a Link ECU. Now, we're at that stage where MB Motorsports, who are my chosen mechanics, and this is the first time that they've done anything with a Skyline, an RB25, a Link ECU. So I have to give them the time, you know, and I trust them, and so it is going to take a little bit longer. Okay, you know, so I'm gonna fly, piss off. With this being the first time, he's having to learn. and MB's having to learn. The problem that we're having is, at the moment, the car is cranking on the new ECU, but the ECU is not seeing a signal from the cam sensor, crank angle sensor, whatever you want to call it. We know that the sensor is working because we've had the existing engine running with the old setup. So it's got something to do with the new ECU. So now we're waiting for passcodes or something to do with this new ECU, and then hopefully once it fires into life, we're going to look at the results of getting the car home. Yes, it's going to need a map. It's not going to be mapped, but I will be able to drive it off this trailer and hopefully into my garage. Obviously not be able to drive it around the block, but we are stepping in the right direction. That could be happening quite soon. When I say soon, I don't think it's going to be the next couple of weeks. Considering how long this project has taken and how long the car has been at MB Motorsport, I would give it another couple of months. Why things are that slow, I don't know. MB's had a lot to deal with, other than rebuilding one of my cars. Which brings me on to the GTO. Now, the GTO hasn't long been back on the road. We all know this. And it's running fine. It's just... Let me actually tell you a funny story. If you follow me again, you would know that Troublemaker recently had a feature video by 2 channels, District 19 and Modified Squad. So they've now asked for the GTO, okay? Which, as of this video being recorded, we did a video yesterday. So please head over to them. I'm going to put links and all that kind of crap to their, you know, I don't like talking about it, but I will link them in my description so that you can go and look at their channel, because they're hitting it, they're killing it with features. They've got them coming constantly. Yesterday we filmed the GTO. That was take 2. Take 1, we organised to get together, and it was getting really dark, and it got really dark quickly. Now they had an idea of what they wanted to do with that video in mind, but we didn't, none of us accounted for the fact that it was going to get dark as quick as it did. District 19, Paul, you know, funny guy, okay? Funny guy, and we do the shoot. We have to hurry because we didn't realise how dark and how quick it was getting dark. So we do the shoot. Paul from District 19 does his thing, and he's really excited about this whole shoot, you know? He's really excited what he's seeing on his camera, and he's going, "Whoa, yeah, this is cool." Shoot's over now, and we realise that we've run out of time. We're probably going to have to do another shoot, like another meet, to get some extra shots, because we didn't account. Anyway, while we're chatting, as we do, spitballing ideas, very sorry for the noise and the traffic. So while we're chatting and we're spitballing the ideas backwards and forwards with camera settings and frame rates and that kind of crap, Paul asked me my advice on something that he thought could be better. Or could be changed. Not better, could be changed. And I advised him. I said, well, you need to change this, change that, change this. And he went along, and the camera decided, no, we're going to reboot the camera. I said, yeah, reboot the camera. So he switched the camera off, switched it back on. And when it switched on, it decided to reformat the memory card, deleting the entire memory card. Paul, I can't express in the words how bad I felt and how much I wanted the ground to swallow me up when I seen format on your camera, you know. So that whole shoot was just obliterated. It was deleted there and then, okay. You know, on a good note, he was, hats off to the dude. He was cool, calm and collected. He just took it on the chin, and I genuinely felt awful, okay. I was so embarrassed. Never mind, we've done another shoot, so please head over to their channels. District 19's the one that I deleted all the footage, but head over to both of their channels. Lewis is Modified Squad, Paul is District 19. and it's mad to see two guys. They work together, but the videos are different. It's pretty cool to watch, especially when you're behind the scenes. Please head over to them, and yeah. So a video on the GTO is coming soon. Back to GTO antics. Okay, I put my keys in the rear footwell yesterday. Picked them up and they were soaking wet. I've just been in the back seat to have a look, and I fortunately can't find any holes, and I'm going to sneeze while I'm trying to talk. Keep this rhythm going. Stop sneezing. I don't have corona, don't start. So I've got so much to think about. And I'm talking loads. I get that this vlog is just me talking, but I need to catch everything up, and I need to bring you back up to speed of where I am at, and sometimes why uploads are slow, because I struggle with the motivation. Motivation because I have so much bitten off and I don't know where to start. GTO, let's give you a little update. Here she is, still open, I think, because we've taken the back seat out. You can see dump collectors, rear seat is out, and that was because the carpet and the bottom of this seat is quite wet. So we've got the seat in the house up against the radiator, trying to dry that out. We're trying our best to dry that out without having to take the whole interior out. At first, my worst nightmare was maybe there was a hole there. I don't think there's a hole, but I know there's not a hole because I've been down there. I've readjusted that. I've been underneath the car to have a look. There's no hole underneath. It's like I say, it's brown. It's like that, but it's not. There's no holes. I've hammered through. I've got a screwdriver and I've hammered through, and there's nothing alarming. What I think it is this seal. This seal wasn't even in, so it was into about there, and then from there it was on the other side of the metal, and it was going inside this trim. I've reset that. I'm hoping that's all it is. I'm hoping it's just been dripping because Annabelle's been using this car. Let the traffic go by. Because Annabelle's been using the car for work, because our shifts are clashing recently. The car has obviously just stood here. I'm hoping it's all that is that seal, and because we've had loads of rain lately, that it's just dripped, and we're gonna monitor it and see if we can get it dried up. So seats in the house, we'll monitor that, and hopefully that's all it was, and it'll dry up.